Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we are just doing a chatty get ready with me. I filmed one of these not too long ago. It's not up on my channel yet, but I had so much fun making it. So honestly, these are mostly just for me because I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I have to do my makeup today. Well, have to is so arbitrary. But like, I want to do my makeup today because I'm going to be taking some photos of some of my crocheted items so that I can list them on my Etsy. I feel like I've been doing really well with like pacing myself and not overloading myself with stuff and being like, oh, I have to get it done so fast and right away. I've been really good about even just like planning out videos in advance. How is everyone's New Year's resolutions going? I feel really good about mine so far. Just about like posting, specifically on YouTube. I've been having so much fun filming and I feel like I'm starting to get more comfortable in front of the camera, which is like so exciting. And like figuring out what videos that I want to make and when I want to make them, how I want to make them. That I've just like really been enjoying the entire video making process, which is so nice. Not that I didn't enjoy it before, but I think I was just thinking about it too much. It's one of those things that like it seems scary until you start doing it and then it's not scary anymore. I've been having such an interesting reading month because I feel like I'm not going as fast as I like want to. But at the same time, I've already finished 3 books. Like 3 books in 1 month is still like quite a few books. And I know, because like I have a full-time job. I also like 90% of the time am like crocheting. So like not that it's hard for me to find time to read, but like it's about like making the time to read. And since I've been trying to listen to my body more when my arms are like, hey, we hurt, can you stop? Then I'm like, oh yeah, let me like slow it down for a bit because I'm not good at just like sitting and watching TV. I've been binging The Big Bang Theory. I just started season 7 and like I love that show. I know that like a lot of people love to hate on it, but like I mean not every joke is like in the best of taste, but like because like not everything ages well, but like there was one joke yesterday that I was just like, that's just absolutely disgusting. And it wasn't like a comment about women or men or even people in general, but it was just like overall like a blanket like disgusting joke. Like nothing about it was funny, but whatever. But I have been really enjoying that because like for the longest time my Facebook reels, I guess, since it's like kind of it's like intertwined with Instagram, it's been showing me Big Bang Theory clips for like months and months and months. And I finally, my aunt gave me her login for HBO Max. Love you, Aunt Karen. And so I've been binge watching that like crazy and like I've just really been enjoying it because like obviously there's always something to watch on YouTube, but it's kind of hard when like, so I watch YouTube during the day when I'm like working because I just like cannot sit in silence. Like that is not a fear, but like I'm not good at sitting in silence. So I like to watch that during the day. And so then like I watch all the new videos when they like right when they drop, the people that I like to watch and listen to and stuff. And then by the end of the day I'm like, okay, what now? And I haven't binged a show in so long. It's really interesting. Throughout college, I mean, I've always loved YouTube. I've loved YouTube since I was, gosh, in high school when it like really blew up. I haven't binged a TV show in so long because I just feel like there hasn't been anything to like catch my attention. I think the last thing that I really got into probably was Game of Thrones. And then I watched all of Rick and Morty and Solar Plexus. Yeah, then I watched all of Solar Plexus and like At least since moving here, I think I've watched a couple episodes of the new season of Solar Plexus, but nothing really has like caught my attention. Like I've always wanted to binge The Big Bang Theory, and for the longest time it just wasn't on streaming services, or at least to my knowledge it wasn't. I think all of the seasons are on there. If not, I mean, there's a lot of seasons of that. I love sitcoms. I've always really liked sitcoms. I think it started when I like watched Full House as a kid. I watched the reboot. It's okay. It is what it is. You kind of have to meet things where they're at. It's just never gonna be as iconic as Full House was, in my opinion. But I digress. So like in college, when my family got Netflix, the first thing I binged was How I Met Your Mother. And I don't remember why that was what I chose. I think someone had told me that they really liked it or something. Or maybe I had seen an episode or two. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that was what I chose, but oh my goodness, did I fall in love with it. I binged it like, oh gosh, it was right at the tail end of my first semester, my freshman year of college. And I just really, really fell in love with it. It's very hard to watch now because like so much of it has aged like milk. I don't know, I can enjoy it for the nostalgia that it brings me, and I can enjoy certain things for what they were. And then, oh gosh, what was after that? Trying to remember. I know I watched a lot of New Girl that following summer. One thing about me is that like I'm gonna binge a show. Streaming services, I'm so lucky I was born in the time of streaming services because I love binging shows. Yeah, I definitely like binged New Girl, or most of it, and then I think I lost a little bit of interest in it towards the end. I have since binged the entire series. I've seen all of it now. I would say if I had to like tier list it, I would probably say like Parks and Rec, Big Bang Theory is like a very close second right now. We'll see how the series progresses. And then How I Met Your Mother. And the thing I liked about How I Met Your Mother is that it very much showed like the real life progression of these people. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but there is like, what is it, like season 3, Marshall's father passes away. And he's very much dealing with that grief and how it's hard to lose a parent. And I feel like not all sitcoms can really like encase that sort of human emotion. And then Parks and Rec, I loved every minute of it because I also felt that same way. Like the ending of Parks and Rec, it's like, it's not like these people are moving on with their lives. They have different career goals than when the series started. Some of them are parents and married, whereas they weren't married or had children at the beginning of the series. Like, these people are growing and changing, and I feel like in terms of like a sitcom, you can really see, like, I don't know, because sitcoms are supposed to be situational comedies. They're supposed to be slice of life, but it's supposed to like basically take the intricacies of life, water it down, and like make it funny for us, right? But the thing, so like I've also binge watched Friends, and I think Friends is good for what it is, but I could not stand how Friends very much, none of the people ever changed. They never changed, and I think that was very indicative when, I'm gonna have to like put a whole spoiler on this video, like, hey, spoilers for like every sitcom I've ever watched. But like, it was very indicative when Rachel got off the plane for Ross, and it just, like, there's nothing about that couple that was like appealing to me. Love Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer, they're amazing actors. And when I talk about these shows, nothing against the actors, because they're not the ones who like wrote the show. I don't know if it's gonna be a sitcom with 8 seasons. Like, the reason why people like it is that it's like there is this escapism. Like, I'm not blind to the reason why people like Friends. I'm not saying that Friends is a bad show. I'm just saying that it's a little too fantasy world for me. And then The Office is another one that, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I had a boyfriend in high school who just like loved The Office, so we watched like 6 seasons of it together, and like I've tried since then. Like, it's been like 8 years since I was in high school, and I to this day like cannot watch the show. Not because I'm hung up on this guy, but because like I'm just so bored by the show. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that I work like an office job. Granted, I work from home, but I work an office job day to day, so like the thought of like sitting down and watching people work in an office, like, actors are good and like there's some like storylines and stuff that are funny. Like, of course, like everything, you know, it's not bad, it's just not for me, and that's okay. What's your favorite sitcom? Tell me in the comments. You know what else I couldn't get into? Seinfeld, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think Seinfeld is almost like the precursor to Friends. Like, especially, I haven't watched all of Seinfeld, but I've literally watched like 2 seasons of it. That's how like hard up I can get to like need to watch something. Yeah, I watched like 4 seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But yeah, those just weren't for me. I know that It's Always Sunny is like one of the most popular sitcoms of all time. It's the longest running like live action show. I'm very much someone that's like, I can appreciate it, but that doesn't mean it's for me. I feel like a lot of people like can't do that. And like, you know, maybe I'll meet a friend who's like, oh my god, I love It's Always Sunny, like watch this clip. And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need to see what happens, or something like that. I don't know. Because, like, I can absolutely, and I don't know what it is, I can absolutely disregard absurdity in, like, adult animation. Adult cartoons are, like, some of my favorite things. As I mentioned, like, I love Rick and Morty. Solar Plexus, I really like. You know what else I really like? BoJack Horseman. As one of my favorite shows of all time. I really like BoJack Horseman. And I don't think that's a controversial opinion, but it's like, that show can absolutely be absurd and stuff, but I also feel like that show's very deep. That one's like not, it's very much a subversion of like sitcom tropes and like regular stuff, and it has like a very clear storyline of like what it's trying to say. It says it, and then we like kind of can analyze it and stuff. I still have not been able to rewatch the whole series through though, because it just like, you get to season 3 and then it's kind of like, oh goodness, like stuff's gonna get really real. I don't know, it took me a while to like finish BoJack the first time because of that. Actually, I'm someone where like books, movies, TV shows, they can really like affect me a lot. Don't entirely know what to do with myself. I try not to let things ruin my whole day, but sometimes we aren't in control of our emotions and we just have to feel our emotions, or else they just sit and fester, and that's not good either. But yeah, I like got to season 3 or 4 and I just was like, this is so heavy, I like can't do it anymore. This is like killing me. And so I like had to stop. Which I think is also good to be able to recognize within yourself. Like, gosh, I just hope that everyone is having, like, as good of a January as I am. And that's not to say that every day is perfect, because every day is not perfect. It's Wednesday today. Monday very much was just, like, got what I needed to done, but there was no way I could do any extra. I would say overall, like, I'm having more good days than bad. And I really hope that everyone else is able to, like, have that. I truly do think like a lot of things are about mindset, and I've really been trying to like plan my days, and as I said, I'm not trying to overload my days because then I get burnt out on like a Monday and then I can't do anything for the rest of the week. I don't know how much I've talked about this, but like I have depression and anxiety. I would say my anxiety leads me to like really worry about like perfection, and like this wannabe perfectionism that like clearly does not benefit anyone. And it's very much a work in progress, learning to let that go. It's not easy. I mean, I'm 26 now and I still struggle with it sometimes. That's just, you know, the way life is sometimes. We go through our different seasons. I think for me, I'm just so determined to make 2024 a good year. I refuse to fail. And the thing is I've never been a failure. I mean, I've flunked some college classes. I myself am not a failure. I just failed that class. And I think truly believing it for the first time in my life is really what helps. In terms of, let's talk about like affirmations for a second. So they say like write it down and eventually you'll start to believe it. And everyone was like, oh, that's bogus, da da da. And I personally like can't write it down. My hand starts to cramp, but also it just like starts to not have meaning to me after a while, especially writing it so many times. But like my brain, I always tell people that like my brain is sticky and like I obsess over things a lot. So I basically say it to myself over and over and over again in my brain, and I feel like it's finally starting to work, and that's so nice. And I want to continue that. Like, I am successful, I am lovable, I am worthy, I am enough. Like, just those things that, you know, I do think everyone struggles with at certain points in their life. Maybe it's not all the time. Maybe you do struggle with it all the time. and I'm also not a licensed professional in any sort of way, so I always say take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Like, really feeling like I've taken control of my life and not so much feeling out of control all the time. And you know what I think was really the biggest shift for me was the conscious decision to not date for a while. So if you watched my goals video, I talked about how my plan is to not date for the first 3 months of the year. So I'm going to like reconvene, check in with myself, see how I feel on April 1st of this year, and then I'll decide if I want to maybe get on a dating app again. But right now, like, it was really hard. Like, it's been almost a month without dating apps or like talking with anyone, not going on any dates. And I think it's really hard when, as a woman, we are taught that we should want a partner, that we should want to settle down and get married and do all this stuff. I don't know, deconstructing those thought processes for myself, I've really realized that, like, that's not what I want right now. I especially don't want children right now. Nothing wrong with kids, just not for me right now. So it's just a matter of, like, I don't know, I want to live my life. And if I'm constantly searching for a partner, like, there was a time in my life where I was going on 4 dates a week. And what did I get out of that? And it's not a matter of like, oh, I'm trying to use people to get things out of them. But no, like, I didn't find my perfect partner because I was not a good person to myself. Like, I was tired. It was expensive. It was all of these different things. And it's not, there was nothing wrong with those men that I went out with, well, some of them. But, like, in general, like, nothing really wrong with these people. It was very much me. And so, like, I'm taking time to focus on me for what feels like the first time in my life. And I wish I could go back and, like, shake my younger self and be like, hey, quit doing that. But all I've ever wanted in this life is happiness, and I hope happiness for all of you too. But yeah, makeup's done. I'm gonna go take some photos for Etsy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Bye!